Welcome to TigerComp. Today we're looking at Excel number 7, talking about dates. Now dates, of course, are pretty regularly used things, and when we think about dates, we can talk about really lots of different ways we can write them. You see, dates can be written in this format, and sometimes we even write them in this format. However, Excel is going to do this in a very, very different way. You see, January 17th, 1985, it actually looks like 31,064. So Excel has a unique way of doing this, and because it has a unique way of doing this, it allows the program to utilize dates as numbers, and so you can plug dates in and start to figure out basically time elapse and figure out how much time has gone by, how many days gone by, different things like that. And that's what we're going to play around with today to see how this feature works within Excel. All right. So we're going to start by creating this little picture like that. I'm going to have Excel open, and in just a minute or a second, the video will show exactly what you need. So we start with a really simple table. I have the border in there just for emphasis, a little coloring just to help you see things. But in general, you need to write first day of school, Christmas break starts here, the number of days until Christmas break. All right. So what we want to do here is, as we go to B1, we want to put in the first day of school, which of course was September 8th. And make sure we're doing that. And of course, Christmas break starts on December 19th. So it's not too far away. I think. All right, let's double check that. It's actually December 18th. We want to make this as accurate as possible. And to solve this then, to figure out, really we can just do a little subtraction. Christmas break minus first day of school should get you your idea, right? So we come away with a number 101. And as true as that number really is, there will be 101 days between September 8th and December 18th. The fact is, it's not completely accurate because it's counting Saturdays and Sundays and really every day off that you had during the first semester. So we can actually make this a more accurate number. And we do that by using a function which is known as network days. Now, in this function, we would have to type out all the days we would want off of school that we don't have, like Fair Day, all those other days. Instead of wasting time, we're simply going to find out the number of days off of school that are just during the week. All right. And so just going to plug in some information. I'm just going to give you the numbers here in this case. Right. But to utilize all this stuff, we're going to have to add a little more stuff to our page. Right. All right, so as we look at this, we see the fact that added some new information. I've given you the number of vacation days. This is just a round estimate, Thanksgiving, other days we've had off, conference days, stuff like that. So just a round number of 10. But what we want to do is we want to insert a function here into B12. And this is going to help us utilize understanding the number of work days within a week. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is click on B12. Then we're going to go up to the function button, insert function. And what we're looking for isn't going to appear, so we're just going to go ahead and type in network days. And once you type in that, you can click go. And here we go. Here's right there. And we can go ahead and click that function. All right. Then, right, start date, of course, is B8. All right. And our end date, of course, is B10. Right? And you can type those in, or you can click them in, however you feel most comfortable doing it. Right? And then we can go ahead and click OK. And suddenly we get a number for the number of days till Christmas break. So those are the actual work days. Then of course we can subtract that from our vacation days that we're not going to have to be working. Right? If for some reason you've done all this and you get a date here, right? All you got to do is change the formatting of that number, right? And that is a review thing, so I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Hopefully you just got a number 72. But we're not done yet, right? We still have to figure out this last bit, all right? And as we deal with this, you need to use a formula to get the correct number of days to show up into B16. Right? So go ahead and let's work with that idea. Let's say that your future boss tells you that you have 1 year, 4.5 months to finish your project deadline. Sure, you could get out your trusty calendar and try to figure out exactly what day that is. But today, I'm going to show you how you can do this in Excel. All right. So don't forget to do this yellow one right here. All right. But now we're going to move on to another function area. All right. I just realized that I wasn't recording when I was talking, so I'm not exactly sure where I left off. Hopefully, I'm just going to do a fast track. You used a formula to figure out this yellow box, and you have put this data in with today's date, the day, and the year. So we're going to go ahead and jump to B26 and talk about the function then. If you need to pause the video and throw that information in, go ahead. If not, we're going to open up the function box, and we're going to go to date, and press go, find the date function, and then we're going to have this box in front of us. Okay, to figure out the year, right, the future year, we're going to click there and add that to our deadline, which is 1, so D20 plus D22. As we go to the month then, we're going to take there, and then we're going to add in B23, so B20 plus B23. And then finally the day, we're going to click there, add to here, and so we have all our values then plugged in there. And you can see how it's calculating everything over here on the side, and it's already figuring out your date for you. So that means that if your boss told you this information and the date actually was 10:30 on March 17th, 2017 is when you would need to have this assignment or this done. Now, of course, this is not the truth with this Excel assignment. Instead, you're going to be working with the fact that this is due in, what, 2 weeks? Something like that. All right. So we've done all these different steps, right? This was an individual step, right? Pretty simple formula you need to use is just this plus this if you didn't know how to do that, right? You can just do that, right? Not plus, subtract. Yeah, plus, no subtract. There, press enter, number of school days until Christmas break. Okay, then, this is how you use dates, all right? So the whole tutorial allows you to do this, all right? And so you come up with a deadline. You probably have something, if you're looking at the tutorial, obviously the tutorial was created a while ago, back in 2011, so that's the dates for examples that you see there, all right? But now what I want you to do is we're going to add an additional sheet, and then you're going to kind of do it yourself, but instead of finding out about how many days it is from to Christmas break, you're going to do the second half of the year. All right. And so do that. And then there's a little bit more information here. And, using the information here, you're also going to have some deadline stuff to try yourself also. All right. So basically, you're just going to rework the same ideas that you did here, but now instead of the first day of school, you want the start of the second semester, the first day after Christmas break to the last day of school, right? And figure out those dates there, right? So to add a sheet, right? We want to rename the sheet just to show you how to do that. So the first one was tutorial. That's if I just walked you through. And then we can rename sheet 2, and we're going to name it individual practice, right? And if you really hate typing everything back up, you could just do a quick copy and paste onto here, and then just change the few things you need to change, the dates and the numbers that coincide, and of course the labels that go with it if you want to save a little bit of time. I think that's it for Excel 7. Hopefully the recording got all the pieces. If not, don't be afraid to look up Excel 7 in Office 365, and the whole tutorial is there on how to do all this stuff. Right, so this is a look at dates, and specifically talking about the formulas of network days and the dates formula, or the dates function. All right, do your best, pursue excellence, ask questions if you have them.